I'm Austin Villeneuve. I'm a senior in high school and I'm 18.
And I am Ian Stuart, and I'm also a senior in high school, and I am 17. I think the problem is that we spend a lot of time on our phones and we're really distracted by social media. And that can distract us from living out your life to the fullest. And the most important part about living life to your fullest is making sure you're happy. We, as a society, should spend less time on our phones and more time interacting with one another.
I used to use social media a lot in 10th grade, 11th grade, a little bit of 12th grade. And for me, it was a lot of Twitter use. So I would spend like an hour or 2 hours every night on Twitter. And it's really unproductive. And then what I would do is the next day I would go to my friends and talk about things I saw or whatever, try to start conversations using the things I saw on Twitter. But after thinking about this and noticing things about the conversation, it's really not a good or deep or whole conversation that you have. It's really just a surface level, and it completely lacks human connection and empathy.
And my backstory with social media and this problem is that in my earlier years of high school, I would also spend a lot of time on social media like Twitter. And I felt like after a while, I realized it was cutting in to every single chance I got, I guess. And whenever I could go on Twitter, I would take that chance to go on Twitter. And I thought that was just kind of a waste of time because what I was reading on Twitter was kind of nonsense and it was kind of making my brain mush instead of bettering myself. And also, I would look around the room to all of my friends, and I'd realize that we are all sitting on our phones, not talking to each other. And that was a really scary sight for me because the happiest I have been is when I am laughing and having a good time with my friends. And that can be destroyed by just the need and necessity to go on your phone and go on social media. One of my teachers actually said, I was talking to Mr. Burdick, my physics teacher, and we were talking about the effects of phones and social media on the classroom also. And he made a really good point, and he lectures a lot in his classroom, but what he's trying to teach the kids is actually really important information for bettering us as students so we are able to problem solve in other forms of classes, not just the physics class. But he also said when he looks around the classroom, he knows that if a student has a choice to either choose to be on their phone or listen to his lecture, he will lose every time. They will just be on their phone the whole time. And that skews classroom norms and actual education in our students.
I've noticed a lot of the same things where kids are just absorbed by their phones in class. And I also fall victim to this sometimes too. I'm not outside of this group, but I think day to day, if you put your phone away for the whole day and go through a school day without using your phone at all, it just becomes a lot more intentional, the reason you're there. And I can personally really enjoy it a lot more of the day because you can, again, have these meaningful connections with the people around you. And that is gonna make a lasting impact on you, and it's gonna form a good memory for you by the end of the day, even if it's just a small memory. That feeling or that memory is much better and much more valuable than the emptiness you get from being on your phone during the whole day.
My plan, how I have coped with the effects of social media and how consuming it could be, was that I was trying to spend a lot less time on my phone, and to get myself to spend less time on my phone, I would delete some of the social media apps like Twitter. I just felt like it was unnecessary in my personal agenda, but I just thought it wasn't a good thing for me.
My personal solution is similar. I try and just use my phone less, and when I'm not using my phone, instead I insert things, activities that I want to get done. It's a much more satisfying feeling if you're actually able to be productive, even just with small things. And then also over time, those small things can add up to be big things. For example, this past winter break and Christmas, I decided to use my phone less and do something that I had wanted to do for a long time, which is figure out how to solve a Rubik's Cube. So it's just liberating being able to achieve and pursue your own personal goals without being constantly distracted by your phone day to day.
It's kind of inevitable for kids our age to be on social media, but I would suggest to them to not take it so seriously, because I see the effects of social media in our society, and it inhibits your self-love, and most people's self-love, because they look at these fictional ideals of some people that make themselves seem better on social media. So they look at those people as like role models and like, oh, that's who I want to be. But that's not who you can be, and that's not who you should be. You should just be yourself, and you should live every day of your life to better yourself and just be happy with who you are.
A solution for other students in our school and in our age group would be simply to just be on your phone less, as simple as that is. And what you can do is you just put your phone down, go outside and play. And if you know what you want in life with yourself, you can try and develop yourself more and just put more time in developing yourself into the person you want to be. You see all these people who are quite fit or quite talented on the piano or in some way, and you might want to be more like them. But you say to yourself that you don't have enough time to become like them because it takes a lot of time. You really do have enough time, because the time you have is the same as they have, but you're just wasting it on your phone. So what you should do is just take a break from your phone and try and develop yourself into this person that you want to be. And it will not happen within a week or two, probably. It will take months and months and years. But if you believe in yourself and if you believe that you can pursue what you want, you will be able to do it. We need to let go of this so strong hold we have on conformity. And what that means is we try so hard to be accepted through our social media, like on Twitter or Instagram. It's about who can get the most likes and things like that. But it's really more fulfilling to have acceptance from a few and love and a very good relationship from these few people in your life than many, because the love and acceptance from the many is very superficial and is not fulfilling in the long term.
Well, I hope to just inspire people to really feel connected with society and with each other. And most of that connection, obviously, it is inhibited by social media, which is ironic, because the real reason, or the original reason for social media was to connect all of us, to be able to see what your friends are doing, catch up with your family who you don't really see very often. But you see, that's not really what it's used for nowadays, at least in our generation. And I think I just want people to know that you gotta be happy with who you are. Go outside, enjoy nature, and don't be inhibited by distracting phones and social media and other electronic devices.
I would agree with that, and have a certain peace of mind that you are who you are. You're not going to be able to change it. You might as well embrace it and love yourself because of who you are, and let that love overflow to others and love them too.